So if she calls me back, I know who that is. I normally answer my phones. I do the best that I can to answer my phone. But it will just give me sort of a perspective when she calls me back. A couple things I did there. The way that I pronounce my name, Dan Rochon, is very intentional with the pause so that they can register who I'm speaking with. I said local real estate agent. So whoever you're talking to anywhere across, across your area, across your region, I always would say local. And so if you're familiar with the DMV, some of you may be, some of you may not be. I'm in Clifton, Virginia, which is right in the middle of Northern Virginia. By the way, I accept referrals for Virginia, Maryland, in case you're wondering. And I'll treat them like gold, update you throughout the process and make you look good, in case if you're wondering. And so anyway, so if I'm in if Reston is like on one end of Northern Virginia and Alexander's on the other end of Northern Virginia, and Bowie is about an hour and a half away from where I'm at, it's always going to be here in. So I'm calling you about the home here or the property here in whatever. The other things that I did there was a buyer, so I probably used the word home instead of property. So when I'm working with a buyer, it's always going to be home. When I'm working with a seller, it's always going to be property or a house or land. And so there's a couple different things. And then at the end, who caught what I said at the end when I said adios to her? What did I actually say to her? Anybody catch that? I'll say it again. Bye now. So that's a I forget what they call that, but it's a what's the when it sounds like was when one word sounds like another, like a him something. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like here, like here and here. Those two words sound alike, but they're not the same. Buy now, like buy, and buy now, buy now. So a couple like languaging techniques that I'm doing here. Now, am I being inauthentic or ingenuine in the way that I'm speaking? Not at all. When I'm teaching you neuro-linguistic programming, when I'm teaching you hypnosis, when I'm teaching you ways to be able to persuade, it's the same way as if Kat Bermudez right there was teaching me how to speak Spanish. Okay, Kat, you speak Spanish, right?
Sí.
Okay. Do you like if you and I were speaking Spanish right now, it's natural to you?
No.
No, okay, my goodness gracious. All right, well, either way, if you can imagine that Kat was a fluent Spanish speaker, and if I was a fluent Spanish speaker, she and I are having a conversation, that it would be fluent, and neither of us are really thinking about what we're saying. So when I'm teaching you hypnotic languaging, when I'm teaching you neuro-linguistic programming, when I'm teaching you persuasive techniques and tactics, some may say, well, that seems manipulative, or some may seem that doesn't seem authentic, but it really is, because once you embrace it, once it becomes a part of who you are, then you become somebody who can persuade other people on what to do. And as you learn these techniques, the only thing I ask for you is to use the techniques for good, right? And there's nobody, in my opinion, that's local to me that it's not a good thing for them to use me as their agent, right? So I firmly believe that that it's a benefit to them to be able to use somebody with the experience that I have to be able to guide them through this. All right, next one I'm going to call is Susan. Susan's a buyer. She's looking at a home in King George, Virginia, which is a sort of down the northern neck, sort of right across the bridge from Maryland. It's um it's a pretty remote place. There's a naval place there called Dahlgren. There's about 12 people that live in this community in this city. I'm exaggerating, but not by much. All right, and she was came in from a Facebook lead on KV Core. And if you're
Call has been forwarded to
I'll
voicemail.
tell you in a
The
second.
person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Susan, hi. This is Dan Rochon, local real estate agent. I was calling you because I see you were searching online for some homes here in King George. And hello? Ah, okay. She sounds like she picked up and then hung up. That's all right. So we go to the next. All right. So that was Susan. We're going to go to Vanessa, who's looking at homes in the 300-ish range in Woodbridge, Dumfries, Manassas. So that's called Prince George's County. Prince William County, Virginia. I had to transition from Maryland to Virginia there quickly in my brain. So hold on one second. Oh, it looks like she's saved in my phone. So it looks like I've called her before. And I saved her as Vanessa KB Core.
Please leave your message for 571758047
Vanessa, hi, this is Dan Rochon, local real estate agent. And I was calling you because you had we're looking at some homes online, one here in King George. And I have a couple other options you may be interested in. Would love to talk to you about those. Give me a call back. I got a couple that are not even on Redfin or Zillow, and I can share those with you. Give me a call 703-346-2776, 703-346-2776. Bye now. All right, so we got some homonyms and homophone. I think homonyms and homophone, I think either of those would be what I was looking for. I think homonym was probably what I was looking for when I was thinking about the words being spoken. All right, so I left her a voice message. Let's call one Facebook lead. This one I haven't gotten to yet. They came in right before. It came in right before I got live here. So this is somebody that was on Facebook. Maybe I saw it come in and I claimed it. This is somebody that was on Facebook looking at an okay, there it is, at an advertisement of mine, and her name is Tamika, and that's all I know about her. And then we'll call some absentee leads. And then next week I'll call some expireds. I'm just not set up to do that today. All right, when I start talking to the expire or the absentees.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. Person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Tamika, hi, this is Dan Rochon. I got an important question for you. Give me a call back, please. 703-346-2776. Thank you. Hi, this is Dan speaking.
Hi, Dan. Is this the parent or the father of Margaret? Is it Margaret Rochon or
Yeah.
Roch?
Yeah, hold on one second. Okay, good news is Maggie Ann is not in trouble, in case if anybody's wondering. Um, did I mute myself there when I hit that? Did it mute? Okay, good. Yeah, because I wanted to be able, if somebody was, I thought it was a lead calling in, and if you notice, I abbreviated the voice message for the prospect because I saw the other call coming in, and I thought it was a lead calling me back. So, um, apparently, I'm not going to demonstrate my dad hat. I'll just demonstrate my real estate agent hat today. But Maggie Ann is okay, in case anybody's wondering. All right, so let's go ahead and let's call. What did I say? We're going to call some absentees. And Les, if is Les on here? Let me see. Is Les here? Les here? Les here? Les here? I don't see Les. Les or Raymark. Oh, there's Les. Les, do I have a list for absentees to call?
Yes, I sent it in our chat here.
Okay. It just says Dan absentees contacts.
No, there's a newer chat.
Newer chat. Oh, okay. So I just click that button and I'm there. Okay. But I don't see the address of these. Do we have the address of these?
Let me check.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I'll just call from this. I got an old list here. It's like a year old and it looks like it's absentees. So, all right. So what an absentee is, let me see if I want to make sure I have the address because that's going to help me with the call. And I don't see the address. Ah, I got it. Okay. So what an absentee is a landlord. All right. And so when you call on landlords, what does a landlord want, by the way? Anybody want to shout out what does a landlord want if they were to consider to sell? What do you guys think if you're a
Someone
landlord?
taking over the tenants.
Say again, Marthella.
Someone that could take on the tenants.
Okay, take on the tenants. All right. Chris, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say money.
That's my man right there. All right. So if it's a landlord, guess what their motivating factor is? Money. Right? Because otherwise, what's going to cause somebody to be an investor? It's about money. In most cases, for an investor. Now, what would cause them to sell is maybe if they have some challenging tenants, maybe they're getting older, these types of things. The last thing would be, um, in the area that I serve, and this may be, so depending on where you serve, we do have a lot of landlords who are not necessarily investors, and that's because of the military. All right, so because a lot of times, like you'll get an officer or maybe an enlisted, but you'll have somebody they'll buy a property here in the Northern Virginia area, and then they'll move out to because they'll PCS someplace and they'll keep the property. So sometimes our absentees are going to be military because there's a lot of military in the area. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to start calling. And let me get my list up here. Okay. Les, I got a question for you that I probably should know that I would want to provide for the audience today. How do we get these contacts? Do we know?
I'll get
Probably
back to you.
something you'll get back to me. All right. So you may be curious about like where I get the information from. I think we get it from Remine. All right, it looks like these are, I'm trying to find a list because these are all Maryland, which is fine, but I live in Northern Virginia, so I'd rather do Northern Virginia. So give me 1 second as I scroll through these lists. It looks like the list that I have is all, and I'll call it. Let me just pull up a different list because I'll definitely call it because what's important to me today is to be demonstrating to you how to approach different types of leads. Give me a second. Here's a new list here. Absentee. All right. Now, what's my goal with any conversation that I have today? Anybody want to guess what my goal is?
Listing appointment.
All right, somebody said listing appointment. Somebody else said something else. What was something else that somebody said?
Appointment.
Appointment. Was that Kathy? Did I recognize Kathy there?
Yes.
Kathy, have you been traveling?
Yes. I just got back from Switzerland.
All right. Well, welcome home. Welcome
Well,
home.
thank
Hey, all
you.
right. I got a Virginia list here. So two good things. Two good things. And by the way, if you're in Augusta, Georgia, or you have a referral for Augusta, Georgia, Kathy, good enough. Raise your hand. That's where your referrals go. If you're watching this live, write down the name, Kathy Good Enough. Don't tell Jade I just gave you a shout out because there's somebody else in Augusta also. Jade as well. But Kathy, because you're here, we'll give you the shout out. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and call absentee. So yes to the listing appointment, but that's not what I'm looking for initially. Anyone want to guess what I'm looking for initially in a conversation? I'll give you a little hint. I just gave you the answer. I'm looking for a conversation. I'm looking for a connection. That's all I'm looking for. Right. So when you approach your phone calls with, I'm just looking to connect with somebody, I'm just looking to make a connection. I'm just looking to see if there's a problem I can solve, if there's a goal I can help somebody achieve. If that's what you have in the forefront, the appointments will naturally come. Make sense to you guys? All right. Hopefully that's a yes. I'm gonna take that. That's a yes. Makes perfect sense to me, Dan. All right. I'm calling a property here is an absentee owner. The property address is here in Fairfax. It may or may not be the owner. I don't care. What I'm looking for is conversations. Obviously, I want to, somebody wants to sell. I'll show you some resources that I have here in a second.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you are trying to reach is not available at the tone. Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, this is Dan Rochon. I'm calling you about your property here on Wilson Valley Drive. I'm a local real estate agent. Please give me a call, 703-346-2776. 703-346-2776. Thank you. Bye now. Okay, so if you notice, I really slowed down my cadence on that one because I'm suspecting that English may not be the first language, and and whatever that language was is certainly not my first or second or third language, right? So I was definitely slowing down the pace of the voice message, anticipating that English may be not natural to them, and then maybe they can, pick up on what I was just sharing with them. I wanted to tell you, so while I was on the phone, while I was dialing them, one of the things that I did there was I have RPR, narrpr.com. That's this resource right here. That's that website. And when I'm lead generating, I'll always have this up and running. And this is the property address I was calling on. And I had before the voice message, I already had an RVM of 417,300. If you're a realtor, you have access to this, and your broker can probably help you get set up with that. If you're not familiar, it's a tool that I recommend. Does that mean this property's worth 417? No, but it means if when I have a conversation with her and she says, "Well, what do you think the value of my home is?" I'm going to get more. Well, it depends on the condition. I'm going to keep, poking, but at some point I'm going to say, it's probably the low 400s. I'm not entirely sure. I have to really do a little bit more research, maybe ballpark 420-ish, something like that. I know I'm going to get in the right ballpark by having that number ready. Okay. And you can see, like, I literally, while I was talking to you, dialing a number, I was clicking, pasting, and I got that information up and running like that quickly. All right. So I'm going to go on to let me just put in my notes here. Voice message, VM. And so I'm putting that into my CRM, and now I'm on to the next, which is, let me skip that one. All right. I'm going to go to the next one after that. I looked, okay, it looks like there's just looking at the names here, maybe a lot of not English speakers in this section right here, but we'll see what happens. I'm talking about the section of my database that I'm at. Just looking at the names. All right, I'm going to move on to the next. The only challenge with doing this live is, and you'll notice that a lot of times, when you're lead generating, I had a coach. So I've been doing this since 2007. I remember around 2008, I had this coach that told me, he's like, Dan, when you get bored, you'll know that you've become good at this. And I thought the dude was crazy because it was like, like it would terrify me at the time to make these calls. I mean, it would terrify me, but it would give me a little anxiety. And so, I thought, like I said, I thought he was crazy. But you will realize, like, if you do this for a few hours every single day of your career, that you will end up in a place that that you will get bored.
Your call has been
Because
forwarded
it's,
to voicemail.
it's a lot of
The
this.
person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hold on a
At the
second.
tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Mr. Singh, hi, this is Dan Rochon, local real estate agent. I'm calling you about your property here on Evergreen Mill Road here in Leesburg. Give me a call back if you could, please. 703-346-2776. Again, that's 703-346-2776. Thanks so much. Bye now. Yeah, hey Chris, I like that idea. Send me an email, dan@greetingsvirginia.com. Somebody will put that in there. Okay, so oh, by the way, I should give a disclaimer. Make sure you follow the do not call list and all that type of stuff. We scrub all of our numbers and don't violate any laws And he can't spam any of that type of stuff. All right. So leave him a voice message. It looks like that guy's actually an agent. Well, if I get an agent, what do you think I'm going to do? Anybody have a guess of what I'm going to do if I get an agent on the phone? I'm going to invite them to the one. I'm going to invite them to the 1 p.m. on Wednesday lead generation conversation. I'm going to invite them here. Why not? By the way, check out my website, nobrokemonths.com. We're making some big changes on that. We've got a bunch of free classes coming up. If you're watching this live right now, it's in like literally 2 days, there's going to be a ton of classes on there that are going to be offered for free, resources, that type of stuff. And we offer resources for even outside of real estate agents. So anybody that anything that you want to know about how to use hypnotic languaging for sales, how to use persuasive languaging, anything like that, we're going to have a whole bunch of classes on there. So far we've got one good lead. That's that Arlington at 2.3 million. This property is also in Arlington. And as you can see, hey, Chris, this is Dan Rochon. Not sure if I got the right number or not. I was calling about your property on 7th Road here in Arlington. Give me a call back if you could. 703-346-2776. That's 703-346-2776. I'm a local real estate agent. Thank you. All right. So now as I go to the next one, dial that, you notice that voice message, I slowed down my pace, but not as I did the first one. I slowed down my pace to match his pace. He said, "Hi, this is Chris. Leave me a message." Okay. It was about that pace. It was about that volume. And so that's where I left the voice message around the same pacing of the way he speaks. All right. All right. Albert's up next. 659. I guess I shouldn't be saying the phone numbers out loud, should I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Boom. Next. And you can see how long now I'm just going to go at like my normal pace, like literally, like I'm not stopping at all. And, if someone says, "Screw you, Dan," thank you very much. Next. You dippy. Sometimes practice the name, but I think I'm going to have a challenge pronouncing it. Gentleman earlier had a name that was really hard for me, so I called him by his last name. That was Mr. Singh, and it was just like it was a name I wasn't sure if I was going to get it right, so I just went with something. Went with the last name.
Has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
You dippy. Hey, this is Dan Rochon. I'm a local real estate agent. I was just calling you about your property here in Aldi. My phone number is 703-346-2776. That's 703-346-2776. Please give me a call. Look forward to speaking with you. Bye now. All right, I'm going to go back into like a list that I think is going to be more likely to answer. So I'm going to go in a couple follow-ups here. I don't want to do too many follow-ups because these are people who are already in the pipeline. Here's somebody that I met with last Friday. He didn't hire me, and considering it's Wednesday, he may be an unfortunate one to not hire me. But we'll see. Let's give him a call here. So I've called him yesterday. I texted him on Monday. But he is really busy, so there's that too. I just remember this guy because he's changed the appointment like 4 times.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Jeffrey, hey, this is Dan Rochon. Sorry I missed you. Hey, it was really nice meeting you guys last week, and I wanted to follow up as I promised. My phone number 703-346-2776. That's 703-346-2776. Please give me a call and or you can send a text as well. Thank you. Bye now. All right, so that lead originally came in from a resource called upnest.com. I'm going to call this next one is somebody who came in from a buyer class of mine about 2 years ago. And so that goes into like really for me, like lead generation is in two segments. One is for follow up and one is to generate new leads, right? And both are vital. If you're just generating new leads all day and not following up, it's not going to work. And you have to generate new leads also. So it's a little bit of a balance of both. So this guy's been in my pipeline almost 2 years now, or maybe even more.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
He's got quite the
please
voice
record your
message, huh?
message.
Doesn't that sound
When you have
posh?
finished recording, you may hang up.
Steve, hey, it's Dan Rochon. Sorry I missed you. Hey, listen, man, we got all the documentation from you. Wanted to follow up with you and give me a call today. Send me a text 703-346-2776. Again, that's 703-346-2776. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye now. All right, so that again, somebody who took a buyer's class from me a couple of years ago. We had to get him his whatchamacallit, his credit up. And now his credit's up. He just filed his taxes, or he's ready to file his taxes. He just got that over to the lender earlier this week that he's ready to file his taxes, and that's where we are. All right, this next one is an UpNest lead. This is somebody I've not talked to. And so UpNest is a referral resource that is that you pay a referral fee on the back end. This lead came into me 22 hours ago. I left her a voice message. I sent her a text. I sent her an email, and now I am giving her a call.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Sharon, hi, this is Dan Rochon, local real estate agent. I work with realtor.com. They had asked for me to give you a phone call about your property on Quick Street here in Herndon. And I was hoping to have a quick conversation with you. Please give me a call back if you could. Thank you. 703-346-2776. And if it's easier, you can text me at that same number, 703-346-2776. Thanks so much. Bye now. All right, so now I'm going to go into Laverne. Laverne is somebody, she got two properties to sell, and one's in Georgia and one is in Hampton Roads. I do service Hampton Roads, and I have an agent on my team who has a Georgia license. So, interestingly enough, I also serve Georgia, sort of. I mean, I have a great resource for it. And of course, if it's Augusta, Georgia, where do our referrals go to? This is not Augusta, though, Kathy. Just saying. All right, hang tight. Yeah, Kathy's like, they come to me. All right. All right. So this is Laverne is her name. And I had talked to her about a week and a half ago. And I was supposed to call her on Monday, which I did, and didn't connect with her. Hello, Laverne. Yes. Hey, this is Dan Rochon calling. How are you? Oh, I'm the real estate agent. We talked last week. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. What time's a good time to talk? 11 o'clock. 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 11
ready for you.
Okay, let's say I'll give you a call back, say like 4:30. Does that sound good? All right. You're welcome. God bless you. Well, we got two good callbacks. I'm hoping for a good conversation now. So that was a good conversation. All right, let's go to this is a past client I'm calling who had expressed some interest from an email blast that I sent out not too long ago for the purpose of every Wednesday I do like a video that I do something of value, or I'll talk about a local neighborhood. And about maybe a month ago I sent something out. He sent me a text, said, "Hey, I was interested in this home." It ended up not working out for him, but nonetheless we got him into some sort of interest.
Dan,
Nick, how's it going, my man?
good. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good, good. Am I calling you at a bad time?
No, just finishing things up here at work. How's everything going with you?
It's going well. It's going well. I just wanted to touch base with you and sort of stay connected, see what your thoughts and feelings were, about getting hot into to buying a home here.
Yeah. So, so me and Brooke actually both got really good news. So I I'm actually getting motion here pretty soon at work, which is gonna increase my like where I'm at. And Brooke as well she is up with a new job with the government, which is gonna significantly increase her pay as well.
Okay.
And that's all supposed to be within the next few months. Like both of them are like mine's going through at the end of this month, and then she should find out within the next like month or two. Definitely, but then probably by the fall whether or not she has this job within the government. And yeah, I think we're gonna wait until we see where we're at with both of those, and then attack it from that way.
That sounds awesome, man. Congratulations on the promotion and the prospects for
Yeah.
Brooks' job as well.
Because the other good thing too is like hopefully right around that time interest rates start to go down, and that will make things, you know what I mean, way more comfortable. You know what I mean? Like maybe get more for my money or whatever, so like how I ended up with my first house. So
Yeah, I think you're smart, you're smart for, making sure you have the most amount of income and, interest rates are coming down. They've actually already come down. That's the good news. And maybe they'll come down some more. So I don't think they'll go up. So you should be in a good spot.
yeah, and like I said, we'll definitely be in like the next tier within the next few months. And I just want to wait and see how all that plays out before like getting committed to something. But I
Okay.
know like both of us are going to be in better positions here in the next few months.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but you're definitely my guy, Dan. So I'll call you and let you know, and feel free to reach out if you see anything really nice. Let me know, and we can just go from there.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
reach out to you, say like maybe like a couple months, maybe
Yeah.
6-8 weeks, something like that.
Perfect.
All right.
That sounds
Cool.
great.
And if you see
Thanks,
anything,
buddy.
you see anything on the market that you like, of course I'll be looking, but if you
Yep.
see anything, just text it to me and I'll get you whatever information, I'll get you all the details.
You're the best, buddy. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. See you.
All right.
All right. So that's a good lead, a couple months down the road, but a good prospect. So I'm putting on my follow-up right now. Today's August 14th. So he said 2 months. So I'm going to give him a call on September 23rd. So that's around 6 weeks, a little bit less than 6 weeks from now. While he was talking, I was putting my notes into the CRM. And so now check this out, guys. I started calling at right now it's 1:48 p.m. Eastern time. I started calling at 1:07 p.m. I've taken breaks to talk to you guys. And in that 41 minutes, I got 3 good prospects. You guys see that? Right? Now imagine if you did this 3 hours a day or 1 hour a day even, right? But let's say you did it 3 hours a day. And in 41 minutes, I got 3 good prospects. If I'm able to, I mean, I'm going to have to cut off here in about 10 minutes or so. But if I'm able to go for the next 2 hours, which I normally would, then let's say in 3 hours, you know, I have somewhere between 3 and 9 good prospects and maybe even an appointment. So one of the things that I don't know why I'm still talking into the phone. One of the things that that I would say I'm most proud of in my own personal book of business is that I've had no broke months since 2008. And this is how I've done it. 1 to 3 hours of doing this 5 days a week. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. What I'm doing right now, 1 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I've done that for 17 years. I've had no broke months during those 17 years. Okay. So if you want to know how to real estate and you want to know how to be able, yeah, I do use a dialer, Matt. I'm not doing it right now just because I want to be able to, one of the things is I can't get them on the, with the dialer. I can't get you can't hear them. I'm not able to get the voice, the sound to sound right. Right. But I do use a dialer. But anyways, going back, so I got distracted there. Thank you for the message, Matt. But, this is it. You want your job description. Do what I'm doing right now, 1 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, if you don't want to do this, you don't want to cold call, that's cool, but you got to do something. All right. So if you don't want to do this, you probably should do some open houses, right? Or something. You got to do something to be able to, and if you look at what I'm doing right now, like literally, you know, and I'm going sort of, I'm not even being focused right now because I'm calling different types of leads. So once you get focused and you're calling the same types of leads, then you'll be able to really start getting some, you know, some returns. All right. So let's give this guy a call. Frank is his name. I'm not sure who this is. Hold on 1 second. Kathy, were you going to say something?
No.
No. All right. Frank came in as a KV core lead. If anybody is interested in learning how you could use some of these systems in your business, I'd be pleased to talk to you. You can set up an appointment with me, danrochon.com. That's www.danrochon.com. And you can jump on a link, and I'd be pleased to be able to talk to you about your business. I'm not selling anything, just so in case you're wondering about that. I do have stuff to sell, but I'm not selling anything. I'm just doing this to be able to help.
Frank Noonan, please leave a message.
Good. Aha, Lori. Frank, this is Dan Rochon, local real estate agent. I see that you were looking at some homes online. I got one here in King George you may be interested in. And just give me a call back. Send me a text, 703-346-2776. Thank you. Bye now. All right. Lori says, thank you. You have to jump on a call. Great info. Aha. I need to slow down when saying my name and change my mind's set to just wanting to have a conversation. I love that. And yes, so sometimes if we get, you know, if you notice also with my phone number, I'm saying my phone number twice. I say it slow and then fast. Okay. So I'm saying 703-346-2776. That's 703-346-2776. Give me a call or give me a text. Right. So that's the way that, you know, you want to make certain that they're getting that. All right. Let me send her a text. And oh, by the way, since I've been talking, I've had one phone call from my kid's school. I've had one phone call from an agent of mine. I've had one phone call from my runner, and I've had 2 other phone calls that I don't know who they are. With the exception of one who I thought was a lead calling me back. Did you notice what I did not do while I'm lead generating? I didn't answer any of those calls. Right. I just said that because somebody was calling me when I was putting these notes in. All right. So I just left him a voice message. I'm putting this in and I'm going to hand him off to my ISA because I've called him 3 times in 3 days, or more than 3 times in 3 days, but I've called him 3 days in a row. So that was a Facebook lead that came in 4 days ago. And so that was the 3rd day that I followed up with him. All right. So let's go. I want to get some more people on the phone. All right, let's see here. I already talked to Laverne, Blossom, and Neil. I don't know who that is. Bobby. All right, let's give Bobby a call. 154. I got to wrap this up. This is an investor. He came in around 2 years ago. I've not done a deal with him. He owns around 20 properties in my area. I got him from a video I did on the 1031 tax deferred exchange that I put on my YouTube channel, the Greetings Virginia YouTube channel, not the No Broke Months YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to both. No Broke Months and Greetings Virginia, which is my real estate one. And so Bobby is his name. He just got back from a month overseas 2 days ago. He's looking for multifamily. He's got a couple to sell as well. Bobby, hey, how's it going? Good, good, good. You back home? Did you have a nice trip? Good to hear that. Good to hear that. So you I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's good. Thanks for asking. Wanted just to I know you're probably busy getting back up and running, end of summer as well. Just wanted to see when we should reconnect and talk about the property in Lorton and talk about some of the multifamily projects.
Yes. Be soon 24th, we start doing the roofing job. And I think sometime like the 15th of next month, probably put that property in the market. Right. So I'm gonna do that as a 1031 exchange. And I need to invest that 1031, the proceeds, which probably would be somewhere in the tune of, I think like 260 or 270. So with that money, the 1031 money, I would put it into, multi-unit. My idea probably here is to put, either in Richmond or Winchester, because these are the two areas in Virginia where I see some more activity with multi-units, and that's also closer to where I live, in close proximity. So that's my goal right now, Dan.
Okay.
So probably, now is a good time that you can send me listing for Winchester and Richmond for these multi-units.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a day or two. I'm going to do like a deep dive research and I'll update that spreadsheet and send you an updated spreadsheet. And then is the Lorton property, is it vacant right now, or or is there a lease till the end of this month? Okay.
Virginia law says notify the tenant for 1 month or 60 days. I'm not sure, but I notified. The lease runs out, and he should be gone end of this month.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, why don't we do this? You want us to like schedule maybe a video call, like maybe on Monday? Would that work for you? I can share with you some of the information for the multifamily. And then if you want, if it'd be valuable to you, I can share with you some information about the Lorton property as well. Okay. Okay.
Was identify the property before you even go to 1031. So after 6 months, give you 6 months to acquire it, right?
You got 45 days to identify it and 6 months to acquire it. But if you think about it, it's really like 45 days plus 30 days because you're going to have a contract. You're going to have like a contingency period. You have 45 days from the point that it sells, right? And then, but if you think that there's going to be like a 30-day due diligence period before that as well. But looking for identifying the properties now is smart.
Right. It's a lot of time. 45
Oh.
sounds like a lot of time, but it's not.
Yeah.
really, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to identify the properties, and I've selected those two areas because of close proximity where I am. So now is a really crunch time to look into those multi-units in those areas.
Sounds good. What's a good time on Monday I can reach out to you?
Let's connect at 10 in the morning if you like.
All right. I'll send you a calendar invite.
Okay.
All right, cool. Welcome back, and I'll talk to you on Monday. All right, bye. All right, guys, next Wednesday, put it on your calendar. I'm going to do this every single Wednesday. Invite your friends, 1 p.m. on Eastern time. I got around 30 seconds. I got a hard stop at 2 o'clock because I got an appointment. What's an aha? Who's got an aha for us today? Very natural approach, and they're more likely to open up. Thank you, Kat. Fire. Thank you, Kat. By the way, what did we get? We got a $2.3 million call me back later this afternoon, and that was legit. We got a 300,000 call me back later this afternoon on the clinic. That's legit. We've got I got a raise promotion, be buying in 2 months, and it's going to be the next price bracket, which will be around 750. That's legit. I got a listing prospect. That's legit. And I got a buyer prospect from that same listing. So in less than an hour, 5 valid prospects. No appointments, right? Yet, if I had another 2 hours, do you guys think I'd have an appointment in the next 2 hours? I can tell you I would, because it's just, I know I would, because this is what I do. I mean, it's what we can all do, right? So hopefully that's useful. Send me an email if you have any questions. If I can help you in any ways, visit the website, nobrokemonths.com. My email is dan@greetingsvirginia.com. And I wish that you have the best day of your life. Be grateful, make good choices, go help somebody, and take what you learned today and put it into action. God bless you guys.